We all know the story of Joseph and his brothers. On the face of it, it's a simple story. Joseph was his father's favorite. He was the son of his favorite wife. And he made him a coat of many colors, showed favoritism. This created jealousy in the brothers, and the brothers wanted to kill him, kill Joseph. But they eventually changed their plan to selling him into slavery. He comes down to Egypt. He becomes the viceroy of Egypt. He is now supplying food to the whole region. He is the huge hero. They make statues of him. And then the brothers come down and discover him, and they are reunited. The simple moral of the story, if you choose to go that route, is that you shouldn't show favoritism. Another simple moral of the story is everything turns out for the good in the end, and Joseph was not angry at his brothers, which is a huge lesson. When they come down to Egypt and they expect Joseph to take revenge, and they beg him for forgiveness, Joseph says, "Why do you think I'm angry at you? Why would I take revenge? Yes, you had a bad plan, you were in a bad mood, and you decided to do something evil, but that's your issue. What happened to me comes from God. Every person has their own destiny, and no one person can mess up another person's destiny. So what happened to me came directly from God. It was all good news. Yeah, it was difficult times for a while, but look, I'm able to feed the entire region and save them all from starvation. Not a bad result." And so we learn from this, don't ever feel victimized by another person. God has a plan for you, and no one is going to mess up that plan. So if you have complaints, take it straight to God. But here's a deeper version of the story. The brothers were all great saintly people, heads of the tribes of Israel, the children of Jacob. They were jealous over a coat. That doesn't make any sense at all. What the issue was, is what is the style, the lifestyle that is best for Judaism, for godliness, for fulfilling the purpose for which we exist? The brothers were all shepherds. Their philosophy was, if you want to serve God, you have to be innocent. To be innocent, you have to stay away from the asphalt jungles. You have to stay away from the maddening crowds. You got to stay away from big cities. You got to be surrounded by nature, where you can commune with God in purity and in innocence. Joseph came along and said, "What are you doing? We're not meant to be hermits. We're meant to engage the world, change it, elevate it, fix it, turn darkness into light and bitterness into sweetness. You've got to get involved with what's going on in the world." They said, "That is too dangerous. You get swallowed up by it, and you will fail in your mission." Joseph said, "You're not fulfilling your mission at all. You're not even trying." And so they argued. Then Joseph tells them of his dream, that they all bowed to him. And he asks them to interpret the dream, because he never assumed that it was meant to be literal. His older brothers are going to bow to him. But when he told them the dream, not only did the brothers interpret it to mean that they would bow to him, even his father and mother. As it turns out, the brothers decided, let's test his philosophy and his theory. He says you can engage in the world, you can be part of society and not be negatively affected, but rather affect the society with godliness, with mitzvahs. Well, let's find out. Let's sell him into slavery and see how he handles it. And that's the meaning of the statement, here comes the dreamer, let's sell him and see what happens with his dreams. His dreams meaning his philosophy. When they came down to Egypt many years later, Joseph is the viceroy of Egypt and he is feeding the whole region. They were very impressed. They couldn't understand how he did it. He remained loyal to his mission. He never changed from the learning that he got from his father. He was a real Jew, being very Jewish, even as he was engaged in the affairs of the country. And so the message, the moral of that story is, Joseph was right. His father was not playing favoritism. His father was saying to his brothers, listen to him, he's got the right idea. The right idea is, godliness is true, everything else is temporary. When we bring godliness into the world, the temporary dissolves, it all melts away, all the ugliness goes away and is replaced with the truth and the beauty of godliness.
Moment of Wisdom, sub-brief and life-changing moments. Join us. Subscribe to Moment of Wisdom channels on YouTube, Telegram, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp.